Assalamualaikum everybody, this is Global 216. Today I'm going to be talking about my Korea trip because a lot of you guys have been asking me on my Tumblr and my Instagram about my Korea trip, and on Tumblr I usually answer them privately, but on Instagram I'm so sorry, but I did not see them until way later, and I was like, what's the point of replying now? I was not ignoring you guys, I just did not see them. And my Tumblr, like I said, privately. So I'm going to answer some of the questions, the most common questions that I've got asked. So let's start with, why did I go to Korea? I went to Korea because I had a friend who lives in Korea. She's Korean, and she always kept inviting me to come over. She's like, please come over, you can stay at my house, and da da da, and we'll have so much fun. And I was like, okay, I'll come. It's free. She let me stay there for free. At the time, I didn't know she was gonna let me stay there for free. Free washing clothes, free, accommodations, free bed, just all that stuff. So of course I would say yes. Like, who says no to something free, Like, who in their right mind would say something, oh no, free? No. Of course I said yes. So I went, and that's it. I know people keep asking me, what program did you sign up for? Are you in college there? Are you going to school there? I did not sign up for a program. I did not go to school there. I literally just spent 3 months in Korea just having fun. I was just having fun. Alhamdulillah, I had lots of fun, and I made it there safely. Another question I got was, did I need a visa or something? No, I did not need a visa. Even though I stayed there long, they were asking, oh, you stayed there so long, did you need a visa? No, I stayed there the longest you can stay without needing a visa. So I did not need a visa. I just went. If I needed a visa, I probably wouldn't go. That's just too much work. I just want to see my friends. How much money did I save up? How long did it take to save up? I got that question a lot. I saved up. Well, she's been asking me for a while, and one day I was talking to one of my friends, and we were like, you know what? I really want to travel. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, me too. We should travel. Like, what's the point? We're in our prime. We're in our youth. We should travel. Why are we just here stuck in school? So I was like, I'm going to save up so I could travel. So I saved up, and then, my friend was like, come here, I'll pick you up from the airport. And I was like, okay, let me buy the tickets or whatever. So I bought the tickets. It took me about a year, I think, to save up. But the ticket price was about $1,000 and something dollars. Maybe $1,000 and $200 plus dollars. So that was a little hefty price because I was going in the summer around May. So that's a peak season. So it's gonna be expensive. So that's about it on that of saving money, because and I didn't sign up for a program. Another question I got asked was, how did I let my parents or whatever allow me to go? My dad is whatever, and my mom, she was like, you shouldn't go. That's about it. She didn't really force it or be like, oh, you can't go. She like, oh, you shouldn't go. But I was like, meh. And she's like, okay, well, you're grown, your decision. But I'm just saying, you shouldn't go, kind of thing. So that wasn't really hard. I didn't really have to convince my parents much. I just up and left because I was using my own money. I gave her my friend's number, my friend's house number, to make sure I'm safe. I gave her my I hooked up her Kakao account so she could talk to me and I could talk to her even though she doesn't know what Kakao is or how to use it. And another question I got asked was, where was I staying? I was staying in Suwon, which is about 2 hours from Seoul. So I went to Seoul almost every single day because my friend was at work and I really didn't have anything else to do. So I just went to Seoul and Suwon. There's stuff to do there, but like not for every single day. You know, it gets boring after a while. So I would go to Seoul a lot, and I also went and met my other Korean friends. I have a lot of Korean friends, so I went and spent time with them, and I took some Korean classes because I really wanted to talk to my friends in Korean. Because when I went to Korea, I didn't know any Korean at all. I didn't know how to read it. I didn't know how to write it. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't even know how to say hello, my name is. That's how bad I was at Korea. I didn't know. I went to Korea not knowing anything. Not even about like the culture a lot. But I do have Korean friends, obviously, so I know a little bit, but I didn't know anything from what, like, the little bit that, which wasn't really a lot, because I would always speak to them in English anyways, so, but I, but I took Korean classes while I was there because I really wanted to learn Korean, and I kept getting lost, so reading Korean took me about, like, what, 2 days or so. It's really easy. It's really easy to learn Korean. It took me about a little bit longer to learn how to write a complete sentence. Barely. I'm still struggling with complete sentences. Still struggling a little bit. So the classes really helped. Not classes, more like my friend. He was helping me. My friend, he was helping me. So there was that. And then I met some other friends in Seoul, and they allowed me to stay with them in Seoul for a few days, which is, mashallah, these Korean people are so kind, like, mashallah, just bless them, like, they're so kind, they were so kind to me, like, to allow someone you just met into your home. I know. I just met some people, and they allowed me to stay in their house. Like, I met them at the playground, and they allowed me to stay at their house. I know people are like, "Are you crazy? Like, why would you go to someone you just met on the playground house?" Well, I don't know. It was like, they knew my friend, another friend, not the one from Suwon, another friend. They knew her. They were in her, I guess, complex or apartment, and they allowed me to stay with them. Like, and then another family allowed me to stay with them in Seoul. Like, they enjoyed my company, and I enjoyed their company. And mashallah, Korean people are so nice. God bless them, you know. I know it may be shocking because, like, oh, you just went up to random people and just, like, stayed at their house. I was kind of nervous about that too, but I told my mom, like, look, I just met these people and I'm gonna stay at their house. Mom was like, what the heck is wrong with you? Why would you do that? Why would you go? You better not, girl. And I was like, inshallah, I'll be safe, make dua, I'm safe, and they don't murder me, and I'll end up in a river somewhere. And alhamdulillah, they didn't. I had fun at their houses. I played games with their kids, you know. It was fun. It was fun, alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, they allowed me to stay at their house. And another thing people asked me was, since most of the questions were like, if I went to school, what school did I go to, what program did I sign up with, how long was I there. Another one people asked was, how are Muslims treated there? They mostly thought that I was Malaysian, a lot. They thought I was Malaysian a lot. They were like, "Oh, Malaysia," and I'm like, "No, Migo, dude." Like, no, no, you're not. Stop lying. Why are you lying? Like, you got to lie. I know you're Malaysian. I'm like, I'm not Malaysian. Okay, Indonesian. I'm like, nope. They're like, okay, well, she's dark skinned, so maybe Africa. And I'm like, no. They're like, I said America, amigo, 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 you know. And it's like, they just couldn't believe it. I don't even know why that's so hard for people to believe that, you know, Americans, they're Muslim Americans and they dress like this, you know? And they're like, okay, well, sometimes they'll be like, okay, so where you really, really from? Like, where you from before that? And I'm like, Jamaica. Jamaica. They're like, okay, now you just messing with me. You just messing with me. You... They were like, show me it on the map. And I showed it on the map, and it was just like, they just couldn't believe it. I don't know, like, my presence is just messing with everybody's mind. So, alright, so then there was about the Muslims there. Is there a lot of halal food? I, for one, in Itaewon, there is. I'm pretty sure if you go to Seoul, there's Itaewon. Yes, there's halal food. In Suwon, there is also halal food. I know that may be shocking. There's also halal food because I guess there's a big foreign population in Suwon too. I know lots of people don't know about Suwon, but there's halal food in Suwon. There's also a halal store I seen. I was like really shocked they sell halal meat, and I'm like, oh, you know, I was shocked about that. All the way out here is Suwon. Like barely anybody knows what Suwon is. The Hwasong Fortress. That's where I was staying, near the Hwasong Fortress. Okay, so another question was, how did I manage my budget? Well, how much did I need to bring, like, to Korea with me? I brought about $1,000 with me. Yes, for 3 months, I brought only $1,000. And it lasted me, and I had extra to spend at the airport. Because I didn't have to pay for my stay, I didn't have to pay for laundry. I just paid for mostly, because I had so much Korean friends, they always took me out for dinner, took me out for lunch, and they would pay, obviously, they would pay. They would take me to like places. They would pay for my ticket, cause you know Korean hospitality. Yes, you know if that was in America, they'd be like, we're going Dutch. You pay for your stuff. We're gonna split this half of this. So because of that, I saved a lot. Alhamdulillah for my Korean friends. Make sure you make Korean friends because they are the best to have. So because of that, I had that $1,000 lasted me a long time. It was enough, you know, it was enough for 3 months. I know people go for about a week. One of my friends went for a week, 2 weeks, or a week, and she spent $700 for a week. I was freaking out, but she had to pay for hotel and everything. But because my friend allowed me to stay with her, I didn't have to worry about any of that. So my budget was $1,000. So don't follow me. It all depends on who you know, what you do. I didn't have to pay for any tickets. I also went during the I can't say it right because my friend would call it medicine. So I can't remember how to say it. Right? I don't know how to say it in English. Metis virus. So everything, like, people were staying in their houses. So I went to Everland, and they were having a Merit's sale discount, and I got the foreign discount. So because I got the Merit's discount and I got the foreign discount, that was cheap. Okay, go when there's an outbreak. That's not good. So everything was cheap. Like all the prices went down. All the activities you could go, all the prices were down because nobody was anywhere. It was like deserted. It was like a no man's land. But so that also helped me save. Also, I like I said, I also went to convenience stores. The 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 Kana store that's right outside my friend's apartment. They are super cheap than 7-Eleven. Okay? Especially in Suwon, everything is cheaper than if you would go to Seoul. So since I was staying in Suwon and not Seoul, everything is obviously cheaper. So because of that, the Kana store was not a 7-Eleven. If I went to the 7-Eleven down the street further up, it would be more expensive. But the Kana store that was right in front of her apartment was so cheap. Like, I would go there literally every single day. I would go there to get mostly ice cream because it was hot. It's so hot in the summer. So I would eat ice cream every day. They knew me, and I was so embarrassed kind of because it's like, dang, they know me, and I keep coming here to get junk food. I didn't get real food, okay? I mostly got junk food because I am a greedy little greedy. I'm just very greedy, and I'm a foodie, junk foodie. So, but I went to the 7-Eleven to get real food. I mostly ate kimbap, ice cream, popcorn, like those ready-made things, and then delivery. I got delivery McDonald's and pizza, and you know, pizza is freaking expensive, okay? I only bought that once, okay? That thing was 14 bucks. I also bought chicken with it, but that thing was 14 bucks plus chicken. The pizza itself was 14 bucks, and the rest was chicken. Oh my god. I would be like, that was so expensive. I couldn't even. And I ate that thing like quick too. It was a large pizza, and I still ate it fast because I eat a lot. I eat a lot. Even though I eat a lot, I still save a lot. And I also lost weight too. Surprisingly, even though I was eating so much, I would go to everywhere and I would just eat everything every day. I guess because I was walking too. And also standing on that train. Like the train ride from Suwon to Seoul is about, depending on which one you take, the yellow line is about 2 hours and the blue line is about 45 minutes. So I would mostly take the yellow line at the beginning because I didn't know about the blue line. So I would be standing on that thing for 2 whole entire hours, man. And then finally one of my friends was like, you know, there's a blue line and it takes only 45 minutes. And I'm like, really? So now I can only stand for 45 minutes, which is better on my feet. And I think my knees are all jacked up because of that. But if you don't mind taking the 2-hour long distance, I think it would be cheaper for you to stay in Suwon, maybe, or somewhere like not in the heart of Seoul. But it, you know, depends on how long you're staying and whatever, and who you know. I also had some other friends in Suwon. They're also so mashallah. One of my friends, he had a car, so there's save on bus prices right there. He had a car, so he would take me places. Alhamdulillah for him. So he would take me places in his car. So that's save on bus prices and train prices. It's whew. When you have a car in Korea, it is lit. It is on. It's so much more relaxing. And so, like, you can't really go off of other people's budget, because I was going off of other people's budget. I was looking up all on Google, like, how much do I need to bring, and da-da-da. Also, my mom would send me money from time to time, so the $1,000 wasn't really legit. Probably 1,000, maybe 500. because my mom sent me some money, so 1,500 is more, right? Because she would also send me money from time to time. I actually made a budget plan. I would cut up, and I would like, okay, for the month, I would spend this much on bus and train ticket prices. Oh my gosh. And this much on food, and then this much I would spend on fun activities or whatever, just random stuff. And I would just split it up into like that for the month, or you could even do it depending how long you're staying for the week. So because of that, I would spend only about, I split it up so I could spend about $300 a month, and it lasted. I was able to have the time of my life on only $300 a month. That's how cheap it is in Korea. If you have lots of Korean friends and you have a place to stay, and etc., etc., etc. As you saw in my videos or my vlogs or whatever, you see my friends and stuff. And I also made lots of friends there too, which is pretty cool, which you probably saw or did not see. I also made lots of friends. So go to Korea, have a good time. You don't have to sign up for any program or school program or anything like that. Just go, have a good time. If you want to stay there for a long time, I guessing you should ask someone else about school programs and stuff like that, because I did not go there for that. I did not know anything about Korea, but my Korean friends, that's all I knew. My Korean friends is what I knew about Korea, which wasn't a lot because I don't watch K-pop, or I don't watch Korean TV shows. Sorry about that, my camera got cut off. So like I said, I don't really watch much Korean TV shows, like K-pop. So because of that, I didn't know much about the culture, and I felt like I was very rude to some people, not intentionally, accidentally being rude, because I didn't know much about the culture. Like for instance, I would go, and when they would treat me, I'll feel really bad because they keep treating me, keep giving me food and taking me places for free, and I'm just like, can I just give you gas money or just money in general? And they were like, no, 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 no. And I was like, please. And then later on, my friend that I made she from the UK, she stayed there. She told me that, oh, you shouldn't have done that because that's rude. And I'm like, are you serious? Crap, I didn't know that. I also like some other instances where I think I was being rude unintentionally because of cultural differences. So learn about the culture, don't be like me. Also learn the language, because I ended up getting lost in Korea tons of times because I did not know much of the language. At the first day I got lost in Korea, and I knew I made a mistake not learning in Korean. The moment I got off that airplane, off of that airport, to the train, the bus station to get my ticket, I knew there was a problem, because the lady, she understood English, she spoke English, but at the same time she didn't really understand it what I was saying. And then the bus driver did not speak English, so there was a problem. Because I didn't understand Korean, and the bus driver was like, okay, this stop is so and so. He would say that in Korean. He'd be like, so something, and I'd be like, what is that? Is this my stop? I don't know. He would say it in Korean, so I didn't know which stop to get off at. And because I didn't know any Korean, I didn't know what. So I ended up getting off at the wrong stop. It was dark. It was so scary. I was so scared, terrified. I didn't know what to do. I was like asking people. I was trying to ask people like, where am I and stuff like that, but nobody spoke English. And I was like, oh my god, if I knew Korean, I would know what to say, what to do. I ended up walking into a hotel and asking them if I could use their phone so I could call my friend. I called my friend, and she's like, how did you get all the way over there? That is so far. Like, I told you to get up at the stop near my house. And I'm like, look, I didn't understand what the heck anybody was saying. I'm so sorry. I don't even know how I get here. I don't even know where I am. So I told her to talk to the, whatchamacallit, people. And they told her in Korea, they're like, yeah, we're all the way over here. And she's all, far. She's like, oh my god, okay, I'll come get you. I know, I feel really bad, but it's not my fault. I don't know Korean. It is my fault. I should have learned at least a little bit of Korean before I went there. Sadly, I didn't. So don't be like me. Learn Korean, at least a little bit. Learn the culture. Don't be accidentally rude like me. So, like I said, I was like that because I don't watch any Korean stuff. Like, people ask me, like, why did you go to Korea? Did you go because of K-pop or K TV shows? And I would say no, it was because of my friends. They're like, what? Why are you here? Why did you go there? I'm like, is that the only reason people go to Korea now? Is because of those things? Like, come on now. There's other things besides that, like my friends. that's why I went. I didn't know what to do when I got to Korea. Like, really, I didn't know what to do there. No offense, but I knew I wanted to try the food. The food was my #1 priority. I was like, food. She's like, what's the first thing you want to do? I said, food. I want food. I was hungry. I went on a long flight. I want some food. So she treated me for some food. So, even though I did not know what to do, I went on the Korean travel site and looked up, what to do here. I didn't know what to do. So I was like, what can we do here? And they were like, oh, you could do this and this. And I'm like, oh, cool. So I went to a lot of museums because I love history. I love history. I know much about Korean history. I love history, period, from any country. But Korean history, wow, okay. It's sad, but it's history. I love history, I want to be a history teacher. Come on now. But, yeah, so inshallah, I hope this answered some of your questions. So, that's the reason why, how I went. Don't get lost. Learn Korean. Learn, what you want to do before you go there. Save up a lot. If you don't have anywhere to stay and stuff, just save up. Just learn, just save up. You don't need to go to a program. If you go to a program that's different, I'm the wrong person to ask. Maybe you can ask somebody else. But if you have any other questions, you can just send me a message in my Tumblr or my Instagram. I will see it now. I'll see it now. I didn't see it then, but I'll see it now because I didn't know how the DM system worked then. But I know how it works now. So you can send me on Instagram or my Tumblr. I'll answer your questions as best as I can. And you can answer non-Korean question things too. Because my YouTube is not necessarily Korean surrounding. It's just my life and travel. So, Assalamualaikum. Thank you for watching this video. And I hope you have a good day, week, month, year, inshallah. Alright, Assalamualaikum.